Hey guys, what is up? It's Mr. Rayguns here bringing you guys another video, and today I have my full Cold War beta review. I put a lot of time into this game, and I think I'm qualified to give a review on it. I hit max rank in the beta. I played a little more after that, and I'm here to give you guys my honest thoughts and breakdown of this beta. So we're going to start with the good, then go to the meh, then go to the bad category. So we're just going to jump straight into this. So, the good parts of the beta, the parts that I think are good. I'm going to start with the core gameplay, which I mentioned in my first impressions video. I really like the core gameplay of this game. It feels a lot better than Modern Warfare did. Modern Warfare was a game that, to me, just didn't feel good. It felt sluggish. It felt clunky. And some people are saying that this game feels clunky, and I highly disagree. In my opinion, this game is very smooth. And I like the way that it feels. I like how fast-paced it is, and that'll be talked about more in later parts of the good section, but this game feels a lot more fast-paced than Modern Warfare did, and I really enjoy that because my least favorite gameplay style is just sitting back and hiding in a building with a claymore behind me and a heartbeat sensor. Like, that's just, I don't like that gameplay style. I think it's lame. I think it's stupid. I much prefer faster-paced action that rewards pushing towards objectives and such. So that is one of the biggest things I like about it. And then the next thing I want to talk about is not really a new thing they introduced, but it is an improvement over the last game, and that's the minimap. Listen, the minimap was terrible in Modern Warfare. We all know the developers didn't want to change it back. They wanted it to be an awful minimap, and they blocked me when I asked them about the minimap. So they didn't want the minimap to go back to the way it was. But in Black Ops Cold War, they fixed the minimap, and I gotta say, I'm honestly very happy about that because I like the new minimap system. Well, not new one, but I like that it's gone back to the old way because the old way is the best way for this minimap system, and it works like a charm. I think it's a lot better, and it rewards players for moving out, and it encourages players to move out, unlike Modern Warfare 2019, where it encourages you to hide in a building, which is the most annoying part of that game. But aside from the minimap, let's get into a little more detail. Let's talk about the gun balance. I think it's pretty good. I put that in the good category. I like the gun balance in this game. And in this gameplay, I try to use a different weapon than what people normally use, which, you know, people really like to use the MP5, they like to use the Milano, they like to use the AK, and they like to use the Galil. But I wanted to try to use the Stoner and just see how good it was. And I was pleasantly surprised. I really like how it plays, and it was just further putting my point forward that you can use almost any gun in this game and succeed. I think it's really nice. I love the shotguns as a secondary. The Spaz 12 might be my favorite gun in the game. I just love having the ability to swap back to my Spaz and just, you know, it's really fun. It reminds me of Modern Warfare 2, but I honestly think it's better. Now, obviously, the shotguns in Modern Warfare 2 were very broken, but I like these ones. I think they're a lot more balanced, and I enjoy using them. I put them on the secondary of basically every single one of my classes. Now, as for other weapons, the snipers are probably going to get nerfed again, but I think they're fine the way that they are. They've been better in past Call of Duties, even in past Black Ops, but I think they're fine the way they are right now. ARs are pretty decent. SMGs are the only weapons that I'd say are overpowered, and I think Nero put it best. I was watching his stream last night. He said that he thinks they overcompensated for the map size with the SMGs. They made the SMGs very powerful to contend at a range because a lot of these maps are bigger. You know, they're not as big as the Modern Warfare maps, but they're still big and they're a lot more open. So the SMGs are a lot more powerful, so they're actually viable. I really like that. I think that's, well, I don't like that the SMGs are super overpowered, but I like that explanation. I think that makes a lot more sense than just being like, nah, they messed up and had the SMGs OP. Like, okay, man, whatever you say. But the SMGs are certainly overpowered. And like I said, the sniper's good, ARs are good. The TAC rifles are basically ARs, but those are all really, really good. And the pistols, I mean, they're pistols. They're not going to give you anything crazy. They're just basically exactly what you'd expect. But aside from that, let's go into another thing that they changed from Modern Warfare that I'm really happy about. The safe spaces are gone. So if you guys remember in Modern Warfare, the developers actually did an interview and they said, yeah, we wanted safe spaces in the game for, you know, new players, which was a terrible thing, and that's the exact opposite of what you want to hear from a developer making a game that you enjoy playing, is that they're rewarding people for camping. Obviously, no one wanted to hear that, and they did it, and it backfired on them, as it should have. But, you know, regardless, they're gone in Black Ops Cold War. There's obviously still some camping spots in the map, but they're not as extreme. Like, for instance, on Cartel, the most popular camping spot on this map is in the middle, and you can just lob a grenade up into that tower. But, you know, I'm so happy that the safe spaces are gone. There's obviously some camping spots on maps, but if you play Modern Warfare, you knew the camping spots were insane. They added so many for no reason aside for helping noob players, which, people don't understand that noobs aren't supposed to be good at the game. They're supposed to be bad and work their way up. But moving on from that, we're going to go into two more positives I want to talk about. Time to kill. It's a lot slower than it was in Modern Warfare, and I actually really like that. I enjoy a slower time to kill because it rewards skilled players. What I mean by that is, let's say you're running into the hangar on Cartel, right? There's someone camping in a corner with an SMG. They land the first 3 shots on you, and their aim starts going terrible. If you have really good accuracy and good reaction time, you can turn on them in a slow time to kill. Now, in Modern Warfare, with a really fast time to kill, if someone's camping in the building with an M4 and they see you first, you're fucked. You're dead, no matter what happens. But, in Black Ops Cold War, at least in the beta, the time to kill is a lot better. I like the health system. It's very reminiscent of Black Ops 4, which is what this game really does feel like. It feels like Black Ops 4 with a Black Ops 1 paint over it, which I really enjoyed the gameplay of Black Ops 4, so I don't really see that as a negative. But the time to kill in this game is a lot slower, but it is faster than Black Ops 4. I think they found a nice balance with the time to kill. This is why I listed it as a positive. So the last big positive I want to go into is Gunsmith. They brought it back from Modern Warfare, but I think they improved on it. They actually kind of dialed it back from the extreme that it was on in Modern Warfare, but they also added to it. What do I mean by that? So they have it down to the exact milliseconds of increases, the exact percentages of increases that it'll do to your gun and decreases. And I really like that because there's a lot more combinations in the game, and you know exactly what you're doing to your gun. It's not a mystery where you're like, I think it'll do this to it. No, you know exactly what is happening with it. And I think that's a very big positive because you can make your gun however you want it. You want it to be good at a range? Bam, you know exactly how to do it. You want it to be good at close range? You know exactly how to do it. That kind of thing. And I really like it. It's innovating on something that already innovated, and I think made the system better. Now, some people might list it as a negative that it's not as extreme as it was in Modern Warfare, but I honestly do think it's better. But that's just me. I would love to know what you guys think about that. But that is the last of the good category, and now we're going to move on to the meh category. So these are things that aren't great, but they're not terrible. So they're just kind of in the middle. Like, we're still deciding what they are. So, yeah, we're going to start in the meh category. And first thing I got in the meh category, we're going to start things off with the score streak system. So they changed it again, and I honestly don't think it's the worst thing in the world, but I don't think it's good, right? So how it works is basically you never lose your, progress towards your score streaks. And even if you die, you don't reset. So I'm a fan of kill streaks, and I've said for years in Call of Duty that I think kill streaks should be in the kill-based game modes, right? TDM, all that kind of stuff. And I think score streaks should be reserved for score-based game or objective-based game modes like domination, something like that, which encourages you to go to the position, right? But score streaks aren't everything in this game, and the way they work is really interesting. So you get a multiplier every time you're on a kill streak, which helps you get to those higher kill streaks faster. So the way that they did it isn't bad. I think a lot of people are over-exaggerating when they say it's like the worst system ever, it's terrible, it's awful. I don't really think it's that bad, but I don't think it's great either. Like, they addressed something that didn't need to be addressed. Like, kill streaks have been in COD for years, and they've been fine. They haven't been fine because, some of the kill streaks you get are terrible, but the way to get the score streaks themselves have been relatively simple over the years. I don't know why they complicated it. It's really difficult to get your top kill streaks, so it's not like it helps noobs in the game. It's not like requisitions from World War II. Jesus, sorry, I can't talk right now. But they're not like requisitions from World War II, where it's like, oh, here you go, get a ball turret gunner for doing nothing the entire game, even though you went like 20 and 50. No, like, you have to be good to get your streaks in this game, which is a good thing, but you really have to be good to get your score streaks in this game. Like, it takes a minute for you to get something, and like I said, it's not the worst system in the world, but it's like, why did you do this? It didn't need to be improved upon. As for the score streaks themselves, I like them, but there's a big issue with all the air score streaks, aerial assault score streaks, is that they're extremely weak. If you put that barrel on your gun, that any gun in the game can do insane amount of damage to a chopper gunner, which, if they don't have that on, then yes, the chopper gunner is extremely good. It's very powerful. Most of the score streaks in the game are very powerful, which is a huge positive. It's just that they get taken down very easily, which is why I run the War Machine, as you're seeing in this game now, as the top of my score streaks. I have the War Machine at the top just because it's simply just better to run that than it is to run an attack chopper, which can be shot down in an instant. Now, I think the attack chopper could use a little bit of a buff. I don't think it's nearly as good as the one from Black Ops 4, but I don't think it's terrible. I just think that they need more health, and I think that those barrels need to be removed from the game entirely, aside from, you know, the ones that do extra damage to vehicles and the ground war game modes. So I think that is a positive that they could do, but I don't think they're going to do. But, you know, that's just my thoughts on those. So that's all we got for score streaks. So the next meh category is wild cards. So wild cards in this game are insanely overpowered. Well, certain ones are, right? So the fact that you can run Tac Mask, Flak Jacket, Assassin, and Ghost is insane to me, right? And you could also run, you know, Scavenger and whatever else you want in Perk 2, just because Perk 2s really aren't that great in this game. But it's just insane, especially if you're playing like VIP Escort or something like that. Jesus Christ, they're crazy. And, you know, it's fun to use them. It's like, it reminds me of Modern Warfare 2, where it's like super broken, but it's fun. So, like, my thing is, like, I mean, it's not a negative, but it's like, why are they so powerful? They definitely need to be nerfed. A lot of them do. You know, there's some really basic ones where you can run 2 lethals and 2 tacticals. Like, that's fine. We've seen that before in Call of Duty, and, you know, I never complained about it then. But the fact that you can run Flak Jacket, Tac Mask, Assassin, and Ghost, and Scavenger, like, it's just crazy to me. You can run those all at the same time, which, you know, again, isn't really bad. It's just, like, super overpowered, and people are going to abuse that to the fullest. Oh, don't remind me how you can have 8 attachments on your SMG. It's absolutely insane. I think that one needs to be removed from the game entirely. The wild card needs to go. The fact that you can run 8 attachments on something, no. Let's keep it at 5. Let's keep it simple. It's not that big of a deal, right? I just don't understand why wild cards are so OP. But that's really all I have for the meh category. Now we're going to move into the bad, because I like this beta, but I'm keeping it 100 with you guys on stuff that's bad about it. The maps, alright? So I said this on Twitter, and I said in my first impressions video, I think I said the maps really didn't bother me that much, but my mind has changed. After playing every single map in the game, I can safely say there's really only 2 good maps, and they're not even that good. Satellite, which you're seeing gameplay of now, I think is a decent map, and then Cartel. But even Cartel, like I said in my first video, those bushes have to go. I don't understand why they haven't removed the bushes or trimmed them. Why can the bushes conceal an entire player? They're so tall. I don't understand. It's the most AIDS thing in a map I've seen in Call of Duty history. Because, you know, Call of Duty players, they're just going to prone in the bush and just aim out of it, right? Or they're just going to hide behind it and you can't see them. It's stupid. Trim them down and Cartel instantly becomes a better map. But, you know, actually moving into the bad maps, Miami, I don't know what they were thinking of when they made that map. I don't know why they thought that was a good map design. That boat map? No. And you know what I'm talking about, in Ground War with the ships? No, it ain't it, man. Like, I think the developers play Battlefield. I really think they're Battlefield fans on the side, because there's a lot of Battlefield inspiration in some of these maps, and I seriously don't know why. Call of Duty and Battlefield are 2 very different games. Stop trying to merge them together. I don't understand why you want COD to be Battlefield. These maps are just not good. I mean, I don't know why people are defending these maps. Moscow is another map that's growing on people. I still think it's bad. I really don't think it's a good map at all. Again, they're just... most of these maps are way too big. Even Satellite could lose some parts, you know. But moving on from the maps, I don't want to dwell on them for too long, but they're bad. We know they're bad, and people don't want to admit they're bad. Skill-based matchmaking, right? It's in the game, and it was tuned down a lot, but it's still in the game. I've heard rumors that when ranked play comes out, they're going to lower the skill-based matchmaking multiplayer. I don't know. Modern Warfare did really well as, you know, selling point with high skill-based matchmaking. So I really don't think they're going to lower it. I mean, in Advanced Warfare, we had to deal with it all year. But skill-based matchmaking is just, I don't know, man. It's very annoying. It's in the game. They're never going to address it publicly. I hope it gets tuned down even further. I think they were just testing things for the beta, but once the game comes out, I think the skill-based matchmaking we have on launch is going to be how it is for the rest of the year. And I've seen a surprising number of people still supporting skill-based matchmaking. And I just want to say, if you support skill-based matchmaking, you're entitled to your opinion, but you're wrong, alright? You're just wrong. I hate to say it. Well, actually, no, I don't. I don't hate to say it. You're wrong. You know you're wrong, and you're just saying that it's good to be a contrarian. Anyway, we're going to move on to server issues. This game has a surprising number of server issues, and I don't know why. It's very reminiscent of World War II, but, I mean, it's really weird. Like, the server issues, the connection issues, I didn't get many connection issues in-game. It was just the servers in general sometimes randomly crashing on me, which leads me into the next thing, the crashes. I mean, we dealt with it in Black Ops 4. It's not nearly as bad as they were in Black Ops 4, but crashes are prevalent in this game, and they do happen. It's very annoying because sometimes I just want to play ground war, but I start to load into a map. Nope, I crash. And, you know, day 1 I never crashed, but day 2 I crashed like 3 times on stream. Everybody from the live stream knows that was getting on my nerves. But aside from all that, that's all I got to say about this beta for now. There's more stuff I can go in depth about, but I'll leave it to the other YouTubers who like have better editing and stuff like that to go super in depth about it. Let me know what you guys think about Black Ops Cold War. What'd you like about it? What'd you hate about it? Overall, it's fun. I'm enjoying it, and I'm really excited for the full game to come out, so I'm definitely going to be playing it and streaming it on launch. I don't know if I'm going to start multiplayer or start with zombies. Apparently, they're going to do something else before the game drops, so I think it might be like a Blackout beta, or not a Blackout, but a Warzone beta on Black Ops Cold War, but we'll see. But I definitely know I would love to know what you guys think down in the comment section below. How do you feel about it? What do you love? What do you hate? Is it enjoyable? I know my man Soulbound says he thinks it's trash. And I've seen people very torn. I've seen Treyarch Dick Riders, and I've seen people say this game is fucking awful. So let me hear what you guys have to say. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 600 subs. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. It is Austin, and I am out.